On March 20, 2025, the New York Court of Appeals issued a landmark ruling. It struck down New York City's law permitting non-citizen voting in local elections. The court found the law unconstitutional. The 6-1 decision rested on the state constitution. This document explicitly grants the right to vote to citizens. Judge Jenny Rivera dissented from the majority opinion. The court's decision has ignited significant debate. At the heart of the matter is the interpretation of the state constitution. The court's majority view underscores a strict reading. It emphasizes the explicit mention of citizens as eligible voters. This decision has far-reaching implications for non-citizen residents of New York City. It raises questions about their participation in the democratic process. Advocates for expanded voting rights express concern. They argue that the ruling disenfranchises a significant portion of the city's population. The ruling also highlights the ongoing national conversation about voting rights. It underscores the complexities of balancing constitutional provisions with evolving societal norms. The debate raises fundamental questions about citizenship, belonging, and the right to vote in a democracy. The now-defunct law, passed in late 2021, aimed to expand voting rights within New York City. It sought to enfranchise non-citizen residents who met specific criteria. This included holding legal residency, work authorization, or deferred action for childhood arrival status. The law would have granted these individuals the ability to vote in municipal elections. This meant they could cast ballots for key positions. These included the mayor, comptroller, public advocate, borough president, and city council members. Proponents of the law, including many immigrant rights groups, hailed it as a victory for inclusivity. They argued that it aligned with the city's values as a diverse and welcoming metropolis. They emphasized that non-citizen residents contribute significantly to the city. This includes paying taxes, working in essential industries, and raising families. However, opponents, primarily Republicans and some conservative groups, opposed the law from its inception. They argued that it diluted the votes of citizens and undermined the sanctity of citizenship. They also raised concerns about potential voter fraud. This fueled a legal challenge that ultimately led to the law's demise. The battle over non-citizen voting in New York City was protracted and contentious. It began almost immediately after the law's passage in late 2021. A group of Republican officials, led by Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella, filed a lawsuit challenging its legality. In 2022, a state Supreme Court judge ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. He declared the law unconstitutional. However, the City Council, determined to defend the legislation, appealed the ruling. The case then moved to an appellate court. In 2024, the appellate court upheld the lower court's decision. Undeterred, the City Council appealed once more, this time to the state's highest court, the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals heard arguments in early 2025. On March 20, 2025, it issued its ruling, siding with the lower courts and striking down the non-citizen voting law. The court's decision marked a definitive end to the legal battle, at least for now. The Court of Appeals' decision elicited a wave of reactions from various stakeholders. Vito Fossella, who spearheaded the legal challenge, praised the ruling. He stated that common sense has prevailed. His statement reflects the sentiment of those who oppose the law. The New York City Law Department, while disagreeing with the ruling, stated that it respects the court's decision. City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams expressed disappointment but acknowledged the ruling's finality. She emphasized the City Council's commitment to supporting immigrant communities. Advocacy groups expressed profound disappointment. Latino Justice PRL-Dev called the ruling a terrible setback for immigrant rights. They vowed to continue their fight for pro-immigrant policies. The debate over non-citizen voting is far from over. Advocates for expanded voting rights are exploring alternative avenues. These include advocating for changes to state law or launching voter registration drives aimed at naturalized citizens. The issue is likely to remain a point of contention in New York and beyond. It reflects broader national conversations about voting rights, immigration, and belonging in a democracy.